NNRG.
So the game for today is One Man and His Droid, which kind of sounds like a euphemism, but I'm going to guess it's not. But anyways, we got a disk file here, so let's start that one up. Although I find that weird because from what I understand, this was a UK only release and was part of Mastertronic's budget range, so I'm surprised this is on a disk file. I would have thought this would have been a tape file. But in any case. Or you know what, it just occurred to me, maybe the reason why it's in a disk file is because we've got the Remember logo here. They've probably added some trainers or something, and it even says right here, tape original supplied by, so yeah. Okay, so let's move on there. And are we gonna get any documents or anything? We do. Okay, so, documents to One Man and His Droid. Scenario: time is against you in your efforts to round up the alien sheep and to teleport them back to Earth in this fast-moving, colorful arcade strategy game. What is it with space and sheep when it comes to 80s games? Could someone explain this to me? Now, fortunately, your faithful droid who can fly, dig, and tunnel is at your side. You will have flown to the planet Andromedus? With your droid to capture Ramboids, a male form of alien sheep. They only have an active life of 20 minutes, so wait a minute. 20 minutes? Sheep that are only able to live for 20 minutes. Even a fruit fly lives longer than that. As time runs out, you must control your droid up through the hundreds of free Ramboids to gain access to the cavern entrance. The left-hand status panel will then show in which order the Ramboids have to be coerced into the teleport receptor. 4 more Ramboids correctly installed will allow you to progress to the next cavern. Being a bit stupid, the Ramboids only move in a certain pattern, either up right bump, down left bump, or vice versa. Interesting. So, almost it seems like a clockwise or counterclockwise? Maybe? And the droid has 3 modes of operation, as shown on the bottom of the control panel. A quick press on the fire button will alter mode from fly to dig into tunneling. A long press will show the location of all the remaining Ramboids. Okay then. Tunneling correctly is probably the most important skill required to succeed in capturing all the Ramboids in all 20 caverns. When you have another go, the password system will allow you to start where you left off. Okay. So basically standard joystick controls and the fire button to do a couple things there. Yeah, that seems to be it there. So let's get into it. One Man and His Droid, which is going after alien sheep, which basically look like regular sheep but with antennas sticking out of their head. So they're like a cross between a Moogle and a sheep then. Also, something I should point out, and this is something I didn't really become, what's the word? There's something I didn't become cognizant of until later in life, but the word droid, because it's based off of the word android, which is a real word, you would think droid is just simply a shortened android, but the truth is that droid is a trademarked term. It was trademarked specifically for the Star Wars movies, so theoretically, you can't use the word droid without licensing. This is something I didn't learn about till like the mid-2000s, but yeah, it's kind of like with the word mech and mecha. Mecha is not the trademark term, but mech is the trademarked term. So yeah, it's just weirdness with language like that. Anyways, enough about that. Let's get into here. High score saver or trainers. We'll just do the reset on high scores. That way we don't have to worry about the trainer stuff. Or maybe we should worry about the Whoa. That was a pretty sharp music coming into play there. Also, from what I understand, this was originally a Spectrum game, so because of that, we're probably going to see some of the trademark stuff that happens with Spectrum games by comparison. Well, that's interesting. So the game's trying to produce a pretty thorough music track, but the problem is that the music is using all 3 of the SID chip's channels. So when it's doing the sound effects there, it's actually overriding some of the music. Okay, so I've got control of my character here, and I can move in all directions, although it looks like Looks like there is some sort of gravity going on. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not actually getting hurt by these things. They're just sort of pushing me down. So let's see if we can actually make it up through these things. Because I was saying I had to find some Ramboids or something, but I don't actually know what they're going to look like. Okay, so I managed to get to the top of the area now. So let's see where this goes. It looks like it wraps back around, but then we got this middle section here. Oh! Automatic function engaged. 4 more Ramboids must be installed in the correct order to enter the next level. Okay, so it's basically telling me what kind of Ramboids I need aside there and what order they have to be in. So I guess the question is where do I send the Ramboids to? Like, is there a very specific spot that they have to go to? Like, I'm guessing the first one I'm going to need is like one of these green ones. Well, specifically, okay, not that, yeah, one of those green ones. So do I, like, well, actually, apparently I'm supposed to be able to hold the button down. Interesting, it's like showing me where the different Ramboids are. But that kind of didn't really help that much, because the level just sort of looks all the same, right? So let's just see how these functions work here. So if I was to go into tunnel or dig mode, and then push down. Oh yeah, it lets me just dig straight through the surface. But it doesn't seem to affect the surface? Oh geez. And apparently the tunneling mode allows me to just tunnel straight through the wall. Interesting. But then why didn't the dig mode let me just go straight down? Unless I have to start from above? No, that doesn't seem to do it. I guess the main thing I'm confused about is I'm not sure where I'm supposed to take these things to. Unless it was like right back up at where I started. I mean, let's go back up there and see if we can see anything. Like, there's that thing right there. I guess, but there's one there too. Like, that's why I don't get that. Hang on, I see something different up there. There's like a little pit up there. Maybe that's where I gotta get them to? Yeah, because that's definitely different. And I can't, it doesn't let me dig into it. So that's probably where I have to bring them to. And apparently it has to be in the right order as well. So we gotta get one of those green ones up there. Question is, where are we gonna find it? Oh, you know what? It's actually not that far away. So, or actually maybe it will be far away because I made this tunnel for them to go through. So I guess what you're supposed to do is just sort of manipulate their movement based on the position of your own robot here, or your droid. Yeah, because I got in the way and it bounced back. Okay, so it's going up there. So I'm not sure... I don't think... Yeah, that's a dead end. So we don't have to worry about that. So let's allow that particular Ramboid to go over us. Oh geez, but there's so many of them down here now, maybe the green one won't be able to get up here. Oh no, the order is changing. I don't know what's happening at the other end. Okay, so that's the one that I want to let up here. And I accidentally bounced it back. Because I don't want to bounce it back all the way. I want it to not go up that one. Okay, come back down. No, not... Don't go up that way. Apparently this probably has something to do with the directions they'll go. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just block it from going up, and then maybe it'll go up the other way? Okay, that's where I wanted it to go. So let's help it across. Then it went up there. And it went in. So is it going to actually count towards... Oh. See, I thought it was going to go up from the bottom, but because there's that little gap at the top, right? But no, it goes from the top down. So that's good to know. Then again, I keep seeing that yellow one going back and forth, so maybe the blue one ended up... Oh yeah, the tunnel I made. Oh jeez. You know, I think at this point I should probably just restart the level, because this tunnel I made here has definitely screwed some things up for me. So I'm gonna wait for the time to run out, and then I'm gonna start it over. Okay, time will be running out right about now. And so we get the game over, get a bunch of sound effects, and start flashing a bit, and we're back to the title screen. Okay. Okay, so the layout's the same. I just have to make sure that I get the Ramboids up here in the correct order. So I need this yellow one here. Now hopefully it comes back. Probably will. Okay. So let's make sure it goes this way afterwards. I'm not sure how I'm going to facilitate that. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, what I have to do is I have to let it pass by, but then I have to, on the return trip, block it from going up this way. And then that should make it go up there. Okay. Oh, well, we got another Ramboid up here. That's gonna potentially cause a problem for us. Okay, never mind. The one that we don't want actually left the area, and the one that we do want ended up in the little receptacle. Yep, but it's pointing out that we did match it correctly. Okay, so next we gotta go for that blue, right in the right area. So we just have to make sure we let it pass. Okay, blue one's gone up. Oh, but it doesn't want to stay up. So we just go like that, and that should do it. Yep, and now the blue one went into the receptacle. Okay, so it almost seems like you're doing yourself a disservice by trying to tunnel things through. It seems like sticking with the main level design as much as you can is probably the best approach. I mean, look, this is another one of the ones we need. It's already up here, so let's get it across and we should be good. Okay, so we got 3 of them. We technically only need 1 more, but the one we need is one I haven't... Oh, no, wait, it's right over there. So it's going to come back up at some point. And it's going to go over. We want it to actually go across. Or actually, no, I know what to do. So we want to block it off there. It's going to go up that way, and then we should be fine. So help it across. It's going to bounce, go up there, and then we're good. And actually, the next one we need is right there. One thing I'll note is that the music in this game is almost a little too eccentric for what we're actually doing. Like, all we're trying to do is bounce these little creatures into particular paths and make them go places. It's like, this music is far too intense for what we're actually doing. Okay, there should be only 1 Ramboid left now. And I'm gonna guess it's probably in a similar area to where the white one was. But, let's see. If we go up this way, we should see a path up. If the blue one's not up here, then I'm not sure where else to look. Oh no, it is up here. But then why is it stuck up there? Okay, I see what's going on. So let's see if we can block it from going back up once it gets down here. Okay, so now we have to make sure it goes down this way. And then we gotta make sure it doesn't go back up there. And then we gotta block it to go down there. Like, I mean, this is a case where I probably could have made a tunnel, but I'd rather not screw things up for myself. So I'm just gonna send it the way I know to send it, which is up and over this way. And there we go, this should be the last one. Okay, so now that we have all of the Ramboids, what's gonna happen? Oh, it's giving us a time bonus. Interesting. Or, no, wait, the time bonus is giving us more time. And then has put us into a second level. Which feels like it's slower for some... Oh, because we gotta go up through the hordes again. Yeah, moving up through the hordes is weird, because sometimes they move sideways, and then sometimes they move downwards. So it's like when they move down, you have to be ready for... Yeah, in that case, they had started moving downwards. It's hard to tell when that switch occurs, because there's not really a lot to go on. And this is just to get to the actual game part of the game. Like, it's very weird that you don't just go straight into the levels. You actually have to go through this sort of gauntlet first. Okay, I managed to get to the top, so let's get over to the side, go down the path. Okay, once again, 4 more Ramboids must be installed in the correct order. So the correct order this time is going to be... Wait, why do we... What? We have moving walls now? I think more pertinently is it the same level layout? I mean, it seems to be the exact same level layout. So, I guess at this point, it's just a matter of making sure the right things get up here to go into the slot. Okay, the trick is that I'm not seeing the one that I need to get come back this way. So, clearly, something I did... Okay, that's the one I need, but it's going up this path. So I need to block this path off at the right moment. Okay, I managed to get the green one I need up here now. But there's so many other things up here. Okay, let's hope that is that the green one I needed? And you went into the slot. Yeah, that's the green one I needed. Okay. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to really wrangle this, in a sense. Because a lot of this just seems very convoluted, in a sense. Not to mention this whole digging and tunneling mechanic, which, like, I tried the tunneling earlier, and that just seemed to make things worse for me. And the digging mechanic just lets you sort of go into the ground for a little. Like, I don't understand what these mechanics are adding to the game, especially given that tunneling just seemed to make things more challenging for myself by messing up the patterns. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see much more to this game at this point. This seems to be all there is to it, is just get these different Ramboids, as they're called, up into the slot. Do it in the right order, and manipulate their movement based on your droid's own position. I mean, there's nothing terrible with the concept, it's just... It feels less fleshed out than it could have been. And also, given the limited screen space, kind of makes it a little difficult to tell, like, where everything is, where everything's supposed to go, like... Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about this game. That's one man and his droid. We don't ever see the man, short of the title screen, but we do see the droid all the time. And yeah, it's just a action puzzle game of a very weird sense that... I mean, it plays fine, it's just kind of hectic, trying to figure out how to get everything to go where you want it to go.